Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the last vlog from Halong Bay. That place was peaceful, dreamy, and just so unreal. But today, a whole different vibe. Welcome to Hanoi. I'm already on a bike, riding through the buzzing, chaotic streets, and it's non-stop energy out here. First up, I head to Chi Minh Museum, where there's a quiet little temple and the iconic one Pillar Pagoda, super calm, tucked right into the madness of the city. Then I'm off to Central Maison Jail, pretty intense but full of stories. After that, I'll stop at the War Museum, which gives you a sense of Hanoi's past. Later, I make it to Train Street, the crazy narrow alley where a train zooms by just inches from the cafes. Then it's all about soaking up the vibe, wandering the old quarter, hopping into a handful tuk-tuk and just getting lost in it all. And to top it off, Beer Street. Loud, packed, absolutely buzzing. The perfect end to a wild day in Hanoi. Let's get into it. I've gotta say, I love the colors of Vietnamese flag. That bold red with the yellow star looks amazing, especially flying over these historic spots. I didn't actually go inside the Ho Chi Minh Museum. I was short on time and had a bunch of places I wanted to see that day. But if you got the time, definitely check it out. There's probably a lot to explore in there. Now, before reaching the one pillar pagoda, I stopped by this beautiful temple right beside it. It's called Tien Hu Pagoda, which translates to Pagoda of Extended Blessings. I'm not sure if I spelled it correctly, but I tried my best. It dates all the way back to 1049 AD, built during the Li dynasty, and it's actually part of the original layout connected to the one pillar itself. What's really interesting here is when you step inside, it's not just a typical Buddhist space. Along with statues of Buddha, you will also see Chinese deities like Earth God and even Guan Wu, the god of war and loyalty. That blend tells you a lot about Vietnam's history. The country was under Chinese rule for nearly 1,000 years, and during that time, a lot of Chinese culture, philosophy, and spiritual traditions blended into daily Vietnamese life. So, even in these temples like this, you'll find a mix of Buddhism, Taoism, and even Confucian influence in all one place. It's a really cool reflection of how layered and blended Vietnamese spirituality is. Not just spirituality, but the whole culture. From the architecture to food, even the language, you can feel the influence of different cultures like Chinese, French, and more. Vietnam's taken all these pieces from the past and turned into something totally its own. I guess we are going the wrong way. Everyone is coming from that way.
Jadi idea dah macam punya. Saya yang dapat
Alrighty. And right next to that temple is the main attraction here, the Hoan Pillar Pagoda. It's small, but it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Hanoi. Designed to look like a lotus flower rising from the water, it sits right on a single stone pillar right in the middle of the pond. The story behind it is pretty fascinating. Back in 11th century, Emperor Li Tong had a dream where the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, sorry, that pronunciation is quite tough, I know. Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara was sitting on a lotus and handed him a son. Not long after, he actually had a son in real life, and as a thank you, he had this pagoda built to honor that vision. It's one of those places that feels peaceful and symbolic at the same time. Even though it's surrounded by the city's non-stop energy, there's something about it. The reflection in the water, the simple but elegant design, it just stands out. A small structure, but packed with meaning and history. In case you're wondering what Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara means, it is a key figure in Mahayana Buddhism known as Bodhisattva of Compassion. In Vietnamese, they call it Quan Thế Am Bồ Tát. And I know I messed it up, but this is the best I could do. In simple terms, a Bodhisattva is someone who has reached enlightenment but chooses to stay in the world to help others reach enlightenment too. Avalokiteshvara is one of the most well-known bodhisattvas, believed to hear the cries of those in suffering and guide them with kindness and wisdom. In Vietnam, Avalokiteshvara is often depicted as a female figure and is commonly known as Quan Ngoc or Hoan in Chinese, the goddess of mercy. The Hoan Pillar Pagoda is linked to Avalokiteshvara because Emperor Li Tong dreamed of this bodhisattva sitting on a lotus flower, and later he had a son. So he built the whole pagoda as a way to show gratitude. The lotus shape of the pagoda represents purity and enlightenment in Buddhism. Alrighty, so we're back on the bike, weaving through Hanoi's lively streets. I know watching road footage might not be the most thrilling, but I really wanted to give you a feel for the city's non-stop energy. It's all part of the experience. Plus, it's the best way to get a real sense of daily life here. Okay, just pulled up to Pualo Prison, also called Maison Centrale. This place, man, it's heavy. Built by the French back in late 1800s, it was used to lock up Vietnamese political prisoners, people who were literally fighting for their own country's freedom. The conditions here were brutal and it became this huge symbol of colonial oppression. Later on, during this Vietnam War, it held American POWs who kind of darkly gave it nickname Hanoi Hilton. It's wild walking through here. You really feel the weight of it all. These walls have seen some serious history. If this bores you, please feel free to skip to the train street part, which is kind of interesting. But looking at your past is always exciting. At least it's to me. So feel free to stick around or skip ahead.
เหงาเราถอนใจมองดูสายน้ำวนบินไปไม่กลับ
Alrighty, so I just left the Central Maison jail and I'm back on the bike, heading over to War Museum now. Not gonna lie, this part is mostly road footage, so feel free to skip ahead if you're just here for the museum stuff. But if you're into seeing a bit more of Hanoi in motion, stick around. It's all part of the ride. Alrighty, I've just reached the War Museum here in Hanoi, and man, this place really hits you. From the moment you step in, you realize it's not just some collection of old weapons or rusted out planes. It's a living, breathing story. It's not about glorifying war, it's about showing how a small, determined nation stood up against something way bigger. Every broken helicopter, every downed jet here has a story to tell. It's raw, it's intense, and honestly, it just makes you stop and think. Right in the front yard, they've got this wreckage of American fighter jets, helicopters, bombs, all this insane firepower that the Vietnamese captured or brought down during the war. It's wild. I mean, think about it. Vietnam was a tiny country back then, mostly made up of farmers and peasants, and they went up against the most powerful military planet on the planet. It's literally a real life David versus Goliath story. And as I'm walking through all this, I can't help but think so many lives were lost on both sides, Vietnamese, American, thousands of people gone, families shattered forever. It's a reminder, honestly, especially for people today who sit in AC rooms and casually say, "Oh, we should go to war with this country or that country." Like, do you even know what war costs? It's not just tanks and missiles. It's real people, real stories, entire families wiped off face of the earth. If you really want to make a difference, travel, talk to people, understand their culture. You'll start to realize love, kindness, and connection are so much more powerful than war or politics will ever be. But they didn't win that war with size or strength. They won with strategy, resilience, and some clever guerrilla tactics. And there were some serious guerrilla tactics. They knew their land, they knew the people, and they used every bit of it to push back. And if you ever watch documentaries or hear from the American side too, so much of it boils down to a misunderstanding. The US thought Vietnam was this big piece in some global communist takeover puzzle, but to the Vietnamese people, it was just about freedom, about fighting for their own country and their own future. The same thing happened all across Asia. Countries like India, Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, people who were labeled as poor or powerless stood up to the massive empires and said, "Nope, we are not gonna be ruled." That spirit, you can feel it in every corner of this place. Alright, so I'm on Hanoi's famous train street right now, just casually walking along the tracks. Yeah, I know, it feels a bit crazy, but I'm gone for a few seconds. The train's gonna be coming soon, and I promise it's worth it. This spot is such a vibe. Cafes are like right there. The tracks are literally under your feet, and the whole place just buzzes. I'll keep quiet for a bit so that you can really soak in the sounds, the chaos, the charm. It's all part of the magic. Oh, and I'll be showing you what Train Street looks like at night too, so stick around. It only gets Well done.
Gái mà lẻ để cho đời trước đây.
거기 끝에 기아 쌓이고 있는 데부터.
Toutes les personnes qui iront liker, commenter ma dernière vidéo, eh ben, j'en prends un. Hello, welcome.
I cannot control. Ôi đuổi đi. Đâu tiếp rồi có này đâu.
Sure.
Mơ mộng đu nhóc bóng thiên minh lấp bay mong xa chân thì lại
Alright, so I've just stepped into Hanoi's beer street and yep, it's exactly as wild and loud as everyone says it is. I'm gonna stop talking for a bit and just let you take it all in. Watch the chaos, the lights, the energy. This place comes alive at night. Enjoy the vibes.
Hecho una ruta directa y volver a Estados Unidos y de Estados Unidos Estados Unidos
back. I just recorded. I'm coming back. Let me record and come back.
One beer.
Yeah, let me record and come back. Let me record and come back. Alright, so I'm at Kiem Lake right now. It's kind of the heart of Hanoi, especially at night. The whole place lights up, there's this calm energy even with all the people around. And right in the middle of the lake is this beautiful little temple called Ngoc Temple. I'm walking in now, everything's glowing red. It's got that classic Chinese style architecture, lanterns, dragons, the walls. It's peaceful but also really alive with history and tradition. Feels like stepping into another little world right in the middle of the city. So there's this super famous legend tied to Kiem Lake. It's actually what the name means, Lake of Returned Sword. The story goes back in 15th century. Emperor Lei Di, I'm sure I didn't pronounce it correctly, but it is what it is. He was given this magical sword by the gods to help him fight off foreign invaders. After he won the war, he was out on this lake in the boat, and when a giant golden turtle suddenly rose from the water and took the sword back, like literally snatched it and dove down. People believe the turtle was sent by the gods to return the sword, since the job was done. That's why there's a little tower in the middle of the lake. It's called Turtle Tower, built to honor the legend. It's one of the stories that just sticks with you. Myth, history, and magic all rolled into one spot.
from?
Canada.
Canada?
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah.